city.
Let me run that back one more time real quick, man. Shout out to Zombie Ray Trilogy from Boxing Bros. Shout out the Boxing Bros. Go over there to get all your unbiased opinion and crazy knowledge on the sport. But shout out to them. Special shout out to Bieber and Zombie Ray, man. They hit your boy up, man, with the dope intro, man. So I'm gonna do that one more time. It's the intro and the outro, but I'm gonna do it one more time for them.
Get with me, we in your city. We going, party, we going select. Get with me, we in your city.
All right, here we go, man. So hope everybody's good today, man. It's a it's a slow down Thursday. Week's almost over. Valentine's Day is almost here. Hopefully everybody's on celebrate that in a nice, safe manner. You know how we do it. My light's kind of bright. Let's see what I can do about that. There we go. All right, man. So welcome back to another episode of the Real Mojo Point of View Sports Reviews with me, the Real Mojo. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into it, man. I'm going to throw that first topic on the screen. LeBron James playing a lot of minutes, a lot of minutes, especially the last 4 games, 3 or 4 games. We talking overtimes, double overtimes, 40 plus minutes for a 36-year-old in year 17, 18, something like that. Either way you look at it, a lot of mileage, a lot of minutes, and over the last 4 games, he's over 120, 130 minutes, So I just want to know, is it going to start to take a toll on him? Is the King playing too many minutes? Now, to me, he's playing too many minutes. I feel like back-to-backs against Oklahoma City, he should be able to take one of those off. But as we all know, his running mate is not there. Anthony Davis, not there. He's on his 4th game missed. And I talked about this before. And to me, it's to be expected. Anthony Davis is going to miss time. Just the way it's always been. Anthony Davis can go get a rebound, come down, and you won't see him the rest of the game. And, the next 5 or 6 games. Which is crazy to me because he's one of the people that he's getting a lot of credit for that championship, right? He's getting a lot of credit for that last championship last year. He's getting a lot of credit for getting, I guess people feel like he's getting LeBron James over the hump. But nah, that's not the case. That's definitely not the case. But, with his absence, it's putting a lot of pressure on LeBron James. And it's not like mental pressure, so to speak, because this is what LeBron James does. He plays a lot of minutes anyway. He plays big minutes. He plays the majority of games, and it's usually like high pressure situations because whatever team he's on is always a championship contender. So he's mainly always in he's always in the hunt. So with the schedule, 82 games or whatever, you can usually add on no less than 15 extra for him. You can add on no less than 15 extra for him. So the minutes that he's playing now, to me, is gonna come back to bite him towards the end of the season. And contrary to popular belief, they don't win without him. They don't win without him. Hey, what's good, man? You ain't miss nothing. Man. Welcome in. It's the first topic right here. 7 minutes in. What I want to know is, with all the minutes that LeBron's been playing, is he going to burn out at the end? Is he going to pull a James Harden? Because because he could be there. He could be physically on the court and still burn out. You know what I'm saying? That's like a realistic thing. That's the thing. It's just the fact that your mind can tell you we got a game, we going. But then when you get out on the court and you start running and jumping and playing defense and banging and your body start telling you something then at that moment. I can't keep up. You can see it in the overtime. No, before the overtime. I've been going into the overtime period. That jump shot he shot, no legs under it. Then he got a shot blocked by Hamidou Diallo. So yeah, it's going to start to affect him. At some point. Yeah, man. You listen. Towards the end of the season. Now, mind you, they just played an extended season, deep into the off season. It only has 71 days off, shortest off season ever. Then he come right back and he's playing. He cut his minutes down, but the last 4 games, no Anthony Davis. He got to play deep into 1 and 2 overtimes, 2 and 3 and 4 nights in a row. That's no good. And he don't believe in taking games off, taking nights off. He believe in giving the fans what they want to see. And then right now, nearing the end of his career, he's getting close to all kind of records, right? He's getting close to all kind of records. Most points ever. Most points in the playoffs, rebounds, assists, all that stuff. So he got to play because he may not ever catch the championship record because I don't think he got that many years left. And, they're not going to win every single year, especially with what's going on in Brooklyn. And then you got the Clippers right there. And then right now, number 1 in the league is Utah. So, it's a lot going on that he got to overcome. And everybody's playing hard just to beat him. So, that being said, it's going to be a lot of wear and tear. Everybody's coming at him. Everybody's coming at him harder than they come at anybody else. you know. I feel the same way. So he got a lot on his plate, man, and I like the way he handled it, but it's still a lot nonetheless, you know. So I just feel like down towards the end of the season, you know, if during the rest of the season, if he don't figure out a way to take some rest, he can take rest in the game. He can take the last 6 minutes of the half, whole halftime. He can however he got to do it, you know. But he's just one that just he's not one to just not come. He's a throwback in terms of giving everybody, you know, what they pay for, which is the reason why I got him as the MVP front runner right now. You know, the minutes he's playing, 25, 7, and 7. You know, no AD since AD been. I mean, he had a 50-point game this year. 5 or 6 triple doubles. Like he's just doing a lot, you know, in AD's absence that I don't think Anthony Davis will be able to do in his absence, which is the reason why he's never absent. You know, when he got hurt 2 years ago, that was probably one of the worst things that ever happened to him. You know, but he stuck to his guns, came back strong, and look what the payoff was. So, but I just feel like in this case, as you know, right now, I feel like it's going to be tough for him. You know, if he don't figure out how to get some rest and you know how to manage his time, he gotta sit some games out this year. You know, because that's the number one thing with James Harden over in Houston. 82 games a year, giving all he got in the MVP race every year, but then in the playoffs, he just burns out. You know, he just burns out. I mean, there's no other way to put it. LeBron James got to get rest. He got to rest his body. He got to load manage. I mean, up until this season, Kawhi Leonard has never played a back-to-back. Well, hasn't played a back-to-back since 2017 up until this season, which is unheard of because he's much younger. You know what I'm saying? Much lighter on his feet. LeBron 6'9", 260, and he's playing every single game. So, yeah, he gotta figure out something. You know, him and the coach, he gotta figure out something to the point where, you know, he can get some rest because he's gonna need that push down the stretch of the season. You know, teams gonna get healthy, teams gonna get better and start gelling together. You know, and it's just a thing where when everybody else is at their best, he got to be at his best because his team is deep. The Lakers at least 10 deep. You know, so they should be able to carry some of this load. But Anthony Davis, Anthony Davis is the key factor, right? Because he's not there enough for LeBron to take a seat. You know, and I just feel like too, even with him being there, even with Anthony Davis being there, it's just, to me, it's just not gonna like make a championship difference, you know. But like teams like OKC, LeBron should be able to sit a back-to-back out. Chicago Bulls, he should be able to sit out. Detroit, he should be able to sit out. Not so much the Knicks anymore, but Atlanta, he should play 2.5 quarters. You know what I'm saying? And just it is what it is, you know. Is what it is. But I just don't understand how he's up in the top 2 or 3 in minutes played, at 36 years old, year 17. I mean, yeah, I say 2.5 quarters, man. I mean, because you got to think about it. With the rest, 12-minute quarters, he can sit 4 minutes every quarter. And that's just sitting the whole quarter, basically. He sit 4 minutes a quarter, not including the halftime. You know what I'm saying? He got to figure out a way to manage it, though, because 43, 37, 44 minutes, that's not cutting it. That's not going to cut it. Yeah, because you heard him the other day. He said he didn't want to play overtime at all because he had a nice bottle of wine waiting on him. That's his way of saying he's tired. And then what happens the very next night? Double overtime. Then the very next game, overtime again, or double overtime, I believe. So, the team got to step it up. I understand he's LeBron James. He don't wait on him. Don't wait on him. When he goes to the bench, you should get a run going. You should go on a run. When he goes to the bench, you should go on a 12-2, 17-8 run, just to let him know, man, you can rest. You can rest till the playoffs. You can rest till the finals, till the conference finals, till down the stretch of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like he just don't feel like he can rest because he don't feel like the guys can carry the load without him. And he's pretty much right. Because if you're going in double overtime with OKC 2 nights in a row, and you barely beating Detroit and stuff like that, that's a problem. And then Anthony Davis not being there, that's another problem. And that's gonna lead me to the next topic of the show. I had a long debate on somebody else's channel last night. Because people actually giving credit to Anthony Davis for winning the championship. Oh, he should have got the MVP. Listen, stop. Because to me, he's not even in the top 5. So here's the next segment of the show. Is Anthony Davis a top 5 player in the NBA? I'm saying no. I don't see it. I don't see him being a top 5 player in the NBA. He's a top 10 player. But we gotta put it like, okay, when he was in New Orleans, he got out of the first round once and got swept, right? Something like that. Other than that, if you can't get to the playoffs and can't get out the first round, then how are you in the top 5? I just don't see it. And your team could be so bad. Your team could be that bad that you can't get out, which is understandable. But even then, in New Orleans, injury prone, things of that nature. But in the top 5, I definitely don't have him. My top 5 would be Kevin Durant. Well, we're gonna go from top to LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, and Kawhi Leonard. So that's 5 guys right there better than him. Giannis was not even in that first 5. Damian Lillard, not even in that first 5. You understand what I'm saying? Bradley Beal, not even in that first 5. I'm just saying. Like Joel Embiid now. Joel Embiid now. Not last year, not 2 years, 3. Joel Embiid now. Better than Anthony Davis. Well, got a case of being better than Anthony Davis. But I just don't see him in the top 5. You know, he's like Kyrie Irving, just bigger. He's a complimentary player. He can't be the piece to win you a championship. He's not the major piece to win you a championship because right now he's not there, and the Lakers are 4-1. The Lakers are 4-1, so they don't miss him. They don't miss him. I mean, if the they're gonna win the championship probably again because of him. Well, him being second fiddle to LeBron. But I just don't feel like you can legit put him in the top 5. I mean, I don't know. But a lot of people got him in the top 5. And, well, you got now because he got LeBron James. So you can't really double him. I mean, he could always shoot. So growing up, he was a point guard. So you can't realistically put a real center on him. You know, but and just because he's not top 5, in no stretch of the imagination is saying he's in the bottom half of the league. No, he's definitely in the top 10 of the league. But top 5 is huge. You know, top 5 is huge. Just so happened that 2 guys merged teams, Durant and Harden. So that would, so it just looks like that. You know, you got guys on the same team being in top 5, but that's just a thing with Brooklyn. They just ended up merging the super team. But him being a top 5, I don't see it, and I'll say like 6 or 7, yeah, definitely in the top 10. But I'll give him 6 or 7, But the top 5, I'm not sold on giving him a top 5 grade. I wouldn't give him a top 5 grade. Now, after LeBron retires and then he takes the Lakers or whoever to a championship, cool. Like Kobe did when Shaq left, championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there puts you in the top 5 cents, in the top 5 light. Even when Dwayne Wade was playing before the knees became an issue, he was a top 5 player in the NBA. Anthony Davis, I just don't see it. I could be wrong. It's just, like I said, this is just my opinion. I don't see it, but it is what it is. No, not all time. Not all time. I'm talking about right now. I don't mean top 5 all time. I'm talking like top 5 in the NBA right now. He's still, you know what I'm saying? Like all time, definitely no. All time, no. He's not even in the top. He might not even be in the top 50 all time. He might not even be in the top 50. But like I said, if you're not in the top 5 right now, if you're not in the top 2 right now, you can't even be considered all time. If you're not in the top 2 right now, you can't even be considered all time for anything. You could put LeBron in the all time category. You can put LeBron there. But Anthony Davis will never be there. No matter what, Anthony Davis will never be in the top 5. I mean, in the GOAT debate ever. That's just that's impossible. Yeah, that's impossible for to even put him in that category. But again, like I'm saying right now, I don't even think you could put him in the category right now in the top 5. It's just nothing, and don't, like I said, it's nothing against him. It's just he's just not a top 5 player. There's just guys better. And maybe 5 or 6 guys better. Like I got him in the top 7. I got him in the top 7. So, and that's not bad. You know what I'm saying? That's definitely not bad at all. I mean that was pretty quick because I know that he's not top 5, but people just go crazy. Like even on TV, even announcers on TV. Oh, you got 2 top 5 guys on the same team. Yeah, in Brooklyn. Not in LA. Just so happens that he's playing with the best player in the NBA by far. So his good looks better. He gets a chance to do. He gets freedom. He can do things. He can play one-on-one with bigs and smaller guys, against bigs and smaller guys, because you got LeBron, and then LeBron sets the team up before he even gets there. I need these shooters. I need these shooters coming off the bench. Then you get lucky with a Schroeder. You get lucky with him. You come up with a starting point guard. Imagine that. You're lucky enough to come up with a legit starting point guard. First one that LeBron had other than Kyrie Irving. And LeBron took a backseat to him. It's just that his presence is so powerful. It's just nothing that you can do that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. It is what it is. You had there was a better argument saying Kyrie was a top 5 player over Anthony Davis, if you really want to be honest. If you really want to be honest, I would take Kyrie over Anthony Davis, basketball wise. I just would. I mean, maybe. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but you got to look at where the NBA is right now. LeBron's the biggest dude on that top 5 list that I named. LeBron's the biggest guy on that list, and he don't play huge. He don't play 6'9", 260. So, a lot of it got to do with where the NBA is. But then you got a guy like Joel Embiid. It just don't matter. He is what he is, and there's nothing you can do about it. Giannis also. So there's a couple guys that it really don't matter, but Anthony Davis is he's a playing a big style, playing a big role. So it kind of matters in his case. What style of play he's playing. It's a big role to the team. You know, he can't really like take over a game without getting the ball. Like LeBron can take over a game and he can get the rebound. He don't have to give no one the ball at all. Like Harden can do that. Kevin Durant can do that. Steph Curry can do that. Steph Curry can take over a game and barely cross half court. He can take over a game 2 steps over half court. I'll give him 4 out of every 10. So if he shoot 30 times, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like he'll make 12 out of 30. And that's 36 points. So, I don't think it's nothing Anthony Davis can really do. Well, on the defensive end too, because you have to throw that in there because they play, both ways. But it's still not enough to give him a top 5 nod. Like I said, I'll still keep him in the top 7 or 8. And then pretty soon there's going to be guys like Devin Booker moving past him. So I don't know, man. I just think that was one of the arguments that people was going at. I just made a statement in somebody else's chat last night and gave my opinion, and then boom, 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 boom. So that was the consensus on that. And so moving on to the next topic. Can the Celtics win an NBA championship as currently constructed? Once again, I'm a Celtics fan. I'm in Boston. I just don't think so. I think where they are now is where they're going to be, 4th place. With the team as constructed. I don't know whose fault it is. Maybe Danny Ainge. Maybe not. But I just feel like they had success, right? So they had success. But last year in the conference finals, last year, the playoffs just really just told you what it was. Just summed up everything. Last year was just one of those years. Outside of the Lakers winning, last year was just a sum up. It was just one of those years. You got to think about it. The Lakers and the Clippers were the best 2 teams, right? And the Bucks. I never saw, with the exception of Nick Foles, I never seen something get so hot as the Miami Heat last year. Like, let's be realistic. They didn't complete the job like Nick Foles and the Eagles, only because you got to win a series. You got to win a series because they came out and they did what they had to do. Game 1. Now, NFL, that's it. It's only one game. The rest of that series was a whitewash. And the crazy thing is, the Heat still ain't recovered from that season. The Heat is still done from that season. I mean, the Miami Heat are finished. When you saw Jimmy Butler leaning on that table after that foul got called, that told it all right there. Had nothing left. I don't think Jimmy Butler played 5 games since then. That might have been the end of his career. Carrying a team, trying to carry a team. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. He can't. the way he felt from doing that, what he did to feel that way, LeBron been doing that since 18 years old. This is what I'm saying. And the way that Miami Heat team beat the Celtics, right? That showed you everything. That showed you what you're going to see for the next 4, 5, 6 years, right? Philly got better. Milwaukee got better. All three of those teams are better than the Celtics. Atlanta got better. I don't know how, and you got to understand too. You got to understand when the Celtics were going to the conference finals and all that, with the exception of last year, right? The team was different. That team was deep. They had a different type of leadership on the team. Now the leadership is different on the team. Meaning, I don't even think they know who the leader of the team is. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think they know who the leader of the team is. Like they can't beat the Jazz. Like they played the Jazz the other night. I know the Jazz is number one in the West, but the Jazz is not, to me, better than the Lakers or the Clippers, right? And the Jazz, the Jazz gave them the business, right? So you gotta, and the Jazz don't have a LeBron James or a Kawhi Leonard, somebody that's gonna get, all these type of calls. They don't have that. They played Phoenix. They lost to Phoenix. They was down by 20 at one point. They was down by 20 at one point. So I'm just trying to figure out where is this going to come from? Like these young guys who don't even really know who their leader is right now. At the end of the game, anybody would take the last shot. It should be a closer on the team. Is it going to be Brown? Is it going to be Tatum? Okay, that's a choice. Brown will take a last shot. Tatum will take a last shot. Kemba Walker will take a weird last shot. Marcus Smart will take the last shot from anywhere. It used to be Brad Stevens would call up something, draw up something out of timeouts, and now it's like a free-for-all. You had Terry Rozier, guys like that, gone now. Then they let Kyrie come in and just drive a wedge through the whole team. Dudes are still friends, but they just can't play together no more. They can't play here no more because they didn't know how long he was going to be there. Then he pulled his stunt. I'll come back if y'all will have me back. Everybody in the garden going crazy. And then he dipped as soon as the first chance he get. He pulled the Draymond Green. He called Kevin Durant. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Kevin Durant gonna go anywhere because he's a follower. He's gonna go wherever they ask him to go, wherever one of his buddies ask him to go. And he's the prize. He don't get it. He don't get it. You know what I'm saying? He don't get it. But the Celtics don't have a definitive. They don't got a closer. You know, Marcus Smart's like the heart and soul of the team, but he ain't the closer. He's not the best player. He's not the second best player. He's not the third best player. So why is he taking all these wild last shots? Kemba's supposed to set it up, get the ball over half court, call a play for Jason Tatum, right? Right. That never happens. That don't happen. You know, that don't happen. And it don't make no sense. But and then when you think about it, to me, I would rather have Jaylen Brown finishing the game, closing the game. I would rather have Jaylen Brown closing the game. Because Jaylen Brown has a go-to. Jason Tatum really don't have a go-to. Jason Tatum's go-to realistically is a step back. That's not your go-to. At least Jaylen Brown can get you, you know, crossover, get you to the elbow or the free throw line and hit that. He'll hit that jump shot all night. The other night, he had like 20 in the first half or maybe more. When I turned the TV, he had 20. But like Tatum will get lost, and then he'll get points that don't really mean much. And then sometimes he'll just look like a coming out party. You know? But most nights, you know, it is not, you know, most nights it's like a two-man show. And I'll be honest with you, Jaylen Brown he's working on his game, like clearly Jaylen Brown's working on his game. So this is what I'm thinking. When it's time for a big trade, right? Who do you trade? Who is the trade? Is it Jaylen Brown or is it Jason Tatum? Depending on who's available, you know. But like realistically, Brad Stevens got a hard dilemma. Well, Danny Ainge got a dilemma. You know, who is the trade? Because Jaylen Brown's clearly, he's asserting himself on the offensive end. He's locking up on the defensive end. I just heard a trade rumor that involved Kemba Walker. Who wants him? I mean, they had dudes, Jay Crowder, they had Avery Bradley, like they had guys on the team that's in the championship hunt with other teams, strengthening other teams' benches, upping other teams' defensive numbers. You know, so what I'm trying to figure out is are these two young guys the right fit with Marcus Smart? Is it the right fit? Because Marcus Smart is clearly the leader of the team, not like on the court, but he's clearly the leader, like the heart and soul of the team. He's clearly like the one that they follow. You know what I'm saying? He haven't accepted his role like and I will say too, he did work on his game. He did get a lot better. He's a lot better shooter. But what I'm saying is he going to like he need to take like a PJ Tucker role. You know what I'm saying? He need to take like a PJ Tucker role. That's what he need to do. And I haven't seen it. You know, he's not Scottie Pippen, but he's trying to take like a Horace Grant role. You know, I'm the third dude, but you're really not the third dude. You know, you are the lead dog on defense. You're the lead dog on setting the tone. You're the lead dog when something jump off. You can hit the open three. You can get in the paint and do some damage. But realistically, it should be cut down to 8 or 9 shots a game, not 13, 14, 15 shots a game. Seriously. And I feel like when that happens, then those other two, you know, then Brown and Tatum will be able to assert themselves more on the offensive end because they don't have to worry about pleasing dudes with shots. They can't please nobody with no shots. The only shots they please you with is the ones that they taking and making. But it just don't go like that a lot of times, you know? It just don't go like that a lot of times. Like I seen a couple games, Marcus Smart, 3 seconds left, catch and shoot. Air ball. Catch and shoot. Off the dribble, take a crazy shot. Ball gets stuck in the rim, game over. Because I'm a Celtics fan and I live here, so the game's always on TV, so I get to see them all. And it don't make sense to me that Brown or Tatum should be the first option every game under 2 minutes. Then if not Brown. Unless Jaylen Brown's hot that game, then there it is. You flip-flop between those two dudes, whoever got the hot hand. But it should never be no 45 seconds left and Kemba take 2 shots or Marcus Smart take 2 shots. That don't happen. That can't happen. Now they got Payton Pritchard, and that's Kemba's walking papers. If he finished the year strong, like he started and like he been playing, that's Kemba's walking papers right there. That's the trade. That's the trade bait right there. We got somebody, so we're going to trade Kemba to get something else. And Marcus Smart might be in that trade too. So you got to understand, you got to watch what's going on. Marcus Smart could very well be in that trade. I don't know if I agree, but if you can get a good 6'10" guy like an Aaron Donald or a from Indiana, it'll come to me. If you can get somebody like that and end up still keeping Brown and Tatum, whoa, then you got to look out Miles Turner. That's what I was thinking of, Miles Turner. You know, something like that. Then you're on to something. Then you're on to something. But, other than that, or Julius Randle. You can get a dude like Julius Randle and keep both of the guys. Then you're gonna be then you're in good shape. Then you're in good shape. Now then you can talk about winning. Miles Turner or Julius Randle. You got one of them. Then you can talk about winning. But other than that, like I said, they're gonna be in 4th place for a good while. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be in 4th place for a while. 3, 4, 5 years, because everybody's like, oh, they're young. The rest of the Eastern Conference is young too. Giannis and Milwaukee, they're young. Philly, even younger. Atlanta, young and up and coming. Atlanta's gonna be a sleeper team. New York, up and coming. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see it. Miami's young. Indiana's young. Charlotte's young. All these teams is in the playoffs other than Miami. And then you got to think Bradley Beal is not going to be in Washington for much longer. So we'll say he goes somewhere like Charlotte or Indiana or Toronto or something like that. I'm just trying to figure out how they can get above fourth place. I don't see it. I don't see the Celtics getting out of fourth place. Now, that don't mean you can't get in the playoffs and pull a Miami, get all the way there. Because if Tatum and Brown get hot 3 nights, you win in that series. I don't care who they're playing. If they both get hot 3 nights, they win in that series. And I mean both. 25 to 28. And the other one have 28 to 32. They're winning that series. If that can happen on a night-to-night, they're winning that series. But other than that, it's just going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. So as constructed now, without a trade happening, I don't see them being able to get out of the East. Never mind a championship. I don't see them being able to get out of the East. So let me know. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below if you think they can get out of the East. Because I don't. But it's all opinion. So we're gonna close the show with TB12 and his boys down in Tampa Bay. Congratulations to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to him winning 7 Super Bowls, being a starting quarterback and the driving force behind 7 Super Bowls. Crazy. Straight up crazy. Unheard of. Probably won't happen again. Even by the young Pat Mahomes, which people passing the torch. Just like LeBron and Michael Jordan. You can't pass the torch. The kid got to take the torch. And if he don't take the torch, then he's not the GOAT. Tom Brady took the torch long time ago, but he took the torch. No one said, I'm going to let Tom Brady be the – nah. Tom Brady said, I hope you have fun, but I'm taking this over. And the first time in a long time, he looked like – first time in 20 years, looked like he was enjoying himself. See, Gronk really don't care. Tom Brady was more reserved. He was more the Robert Kraft's, I don't want to say son, but he got a father, but he was like the face of the franchise over here, in New England. But he let his hair down, man. It was dope. It was dope to see him out there drinking, man, partying with everybody. Threw the trophy from yacht to yacht, from his yacht to the other people, to Gronk on the other yacht. If they would have lost that, it's gone. It's gone. If they would have lost that, that's at the bottom of the river. You'd have had to get a scuba team to go get that, which the NFL wouldn't have. They would have just made another one. But you would have had, at that point, you probably would have had to urge the fans, like, don't try to go down there and get that, because it's gone. But he was having fun, man. I seen one clip. Somebody had to hold him up when he was walking out of the marina. They had to hold him up, man. He was getting it in, man. He even gave Antonio Winfield Jr. the peace sign like Tyreek Hill gave him. So, he had a good time, man. That was dope. That was good to see. That's what you like to see, He put in all type of hard work, just like everybody else, probably more. Because he assigned himself Antonio Brown. Everybody know what type of job that is, trying to keep that dude in line. And it paid off. They won, paid off. He betted on himself, and the ultimate win, won the whole joint. And the way their team is constructed, they could come back and win it again. Because their team is so good, so young, and Bruce Arians kept snatching the microphone out of everybody's hand. Your ass ain't going nowhere. So Shaq Barrett, he might have to go somewhere because he didn't get drafted. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of his first 4 or 5 years, he wasn't even making $1 million a year. So in the last 2 years, he played his behind off. So there's a big payday coming, huge. So he got like generational wealth coming, So unless Tampa Bay can do that for him, and I don't think they can, he's probably gonna be gone. Chris Godwin, huge payday coming. He's probably gonna be gone. Bruce Arians, I know he want to keep them all, but the alcohol, he wasn't thinking business wise. He was just like, yo, this is my team, this is my squad, my boys, we did it, as he should. And then, today, probably the business of it all happened. And he just probably figured out they can't keep everybody. So, but either way, man, shout out to Tom Brady in Tampa Bay for doing the job, man, from start to finish. They was a quarterback away. Got the quarterback, got the trophy. Almost lost the trophy, throwing it from boat to boat, but got the trophy, So congratulate them, man. Shout out to everybody buying the merch, man, the 95 North Entertainment merch. More stuff coming. Boom. Hoodies, long sleeves, all that, man. Just hit me up on the real _Mojo_ on IG. The number 95 North _ENT. Also on Instagram. Hit me up, man. Check out the drip. See what you like. Hit the DM. Put your order in, man. Get your merch, man. Catch the show on all major streaming services where all podcasts are played: Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Radio One. Got an email from iHeart. I don't know how that's going. I haven't heard nothing back from them, and SoundCloud yet. But everywhere else, hit the podcast up, man. The Real Mojo Point of View in Sports Reviews. If you haven't already, subscribe here. Like, share, drop comments below on the topics. Tell me how you feel, man. The Real Mojo Point of View in Sports Reviews. Another one's a wrap for the day. Y'all be good. I'll see y'all tomorrow.